Hello students. So today we are starting our new chapter, and that is combustion. So in combustion, first of all we should start with some of the easy topic. That's why we are starting with this calorimeter topic. So calorimeters are used to measure calorific value. So before that we should know that what is calorific value. Now suppose calorific value of coal is 44,000 kilojoule per kg. Suppose kilojoule per kg. So it means that by combustion of 1 kg coal you can generate this much heat. You can generate, or you can you can generate this much energy. So this is basically known as calorific value. So to measure calorific value, generally calorimeters are used, and two type of calorimeters are there: bomb calorimeter and Junkers calorimeter. So here you can see this is the diagram for bomb calorimeter. So here first of all we will try to understand the construction. So here you can see one metallic tank is there, known as bomb. In there one crucible is there. Now in crucible generally we have to keep, or we have to put fuel, solid fuel, liquid fuel, for which we want to measure the calorific value. So if we want to measure the calorific value of coal, so here you have to put the coal, particular amount of the coal. Then for the combustion of that coal, generally we need to supply this, or we need to give this supply, electric supply. So this is for the, these are the wire for that, uh, which is useful for the combustion. Then after, uh, in combustion we all know that oxygen is required. Without oxygen combustion cannot take place. So before combustion you have to just insert or supply oxygen into this bomb or tank. So you can supply oxygen from here. Then after combustion, you have to release, or you have to remove that flue gas. So this flue gas removed generally from this valve. So this tank is surrounded by this water. Now this water also should be insulated. So here insulation is not shown, but this also should be insulated. And here we have thermometer to measure the temperature of that water. Now what will happen, we will try to understand working. So suppose you put the value, or suppose you put 100 gram coal. We will assume that suppose we put 100 gram coal here, and we start its combustion. So after combustion we know that, uh, after combustion flue gas generated. So in flue gas methane, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide uh, would be there. So in that flue gas we all know that heat is there. Flue gas temperature of that flue gas is higher. Clear? So it will uh, try to give its heat to the nearby object. So here we have calorimeter. So that flue gas will give heat to this calorimeter, and calorimeter will give heat to this water. So ultimately, uh, temperature of both, temperature of this tank or calorimeter will increase, and also temperature of water get increase, but temperature of flue gas would go down. Temperature of flue gas will go down. Clear? Obviously we know that whenever flue gas is hot and it is giving heat to the water, so temperature of water will increase and temperature of flue gas will go down. That we all know. Clear? So here you need to measure the temperature before combustion and after combustion, both the temperature you have to measure. And also you should have the value of this water, mass of water, that how many kgs you put in this tank. So this value also required. Clear? So this is the procedure. for the bomb calorimeter, and how to measure calorific value, that we will discuss now. Here this formula is utilized to measure the calorific value. So here you can see, I told you that suppose we are putting 100 gram, so whatever gram, whatever mass of fuel you are taking, so that mass here you have to write in kg, but you need to convert that gram into kg. So these we want to find out. This is what mass of calorimeter. So suppose it is of 20 kg, 30 kg, so whatever the mass of calorimeter, that tank, metallic tank, so that mass here you have to write. Then you have to write specific heat of that metal, specific heat of that metal, kilojoule per kg kelvin, that we all know. And here temperature difference, initial temperature and final temperature. Here you have to write mass of water, that suppose you put the water 10 kg, so here you have to write 10 kg. So here you have to write specific heat of water, 4.187 kilojoule per kg kelvin, that we all know. And this is the temperature difference. Clear? Suppose initial water temperature is 30, suppose, and final temperature is 50, so here difference is 20. So this difference you have to write here. Now this is how you can measure the calorific value. Then after, here we will discuss about the Junker's calorimeter. So Junker's calorimeter is used to measure the calorific value of gaseous fuel. So suppose we have gaseous fuel LPG. So here, from here you have to supply the LPG. By this meter you have to measure the volumetric flow rate, meter cube per second. Clear? Here you have to maintain the pressure, here you have to regulate the pressure. Then after, your fuel fuel gas will go into the burner. In burner combustion take place. So once combustion take place, this flue gas will come out, and finally it is going to the exhaust. And here also you need to measure the temperature. And we know that vapor is also present inside the flue gas. Clear? So after, whenever it come out, some of the vapor get condensed, some of the water vapor get condensed, and that water here you need to collect here. So this is one circuit. Now we will discuss another circuit of water. So from here you are supplying water, so it is going this way. So this is the inlet temperature you need to measure of water. Then from here water is going out, so outlet temperature of water also you need to measure. Clear? So there also should be some of the instrument should be there, by which you can measure the flow rate of water. Here this flow rate is shown, it is for the flue gas or it is for the fuel. But for water also there should be some meter by which you can measure the mass flow rate. Clear? So ultimately this is the formula to measure the calorific value. This is value we want to find out. This is the volume flow rate, volumetric flow rate of that fuel or LPG. This is the mass of water, specific heat of water, temperature difference of inlet and outlet, temperature difference of water at outlet and inlet. And this is how you can measure the calorific value. But here one thing you have to remember, that whatever v we measured, or this v is volumetric flow rate at standard temperature and pressure, this flow rate. But whatever we measured by use of that gas meter, that was for different pressure, different temperature, so that is known as vg. Suppose it is for pg pressure, suppose it is for pg pressure, and it is for tg temperature. Now we are discussing about the volume flow rate that we measured by use of gas meter. Clear? But we want to convert it for this STP. So here you need to write pvt. So pressure, you need to take our atmospheric pressure. So here it is written here you can see that uh, that pg means pressure that you measured, volumetric flow rate that you measured, temperature you measured, but you need to convert these volumetric flow rate for this pressure and this temperature. So this is how you can measure the volumetric flow rate, and you can put that value here. This is how you can measure the calorific value. Clear? Now we will discuss about difference between higher calorific value and lower calorific value. Now suppose you have a flue gas, and if you will absorb all the heat of all the product from the flue gas, if you will receive heat from flue gas of all the product, suppose for methane, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, if you will get, or if you will receive heat from all the product, then it is known as higher calorific value. Clear? And if you will receive, if you will absorb all the heat of flue gas except water, except heat of water vapor, so that is known as lower calorific value. I hope that you have understood that what is higher calorific value and lower calorific value. So higher calorific value means heat from all the product, whatever product it may be. It may be carbon dioxide, sulfur oxide, carbon monoxide, methane. And lower calorific value means heat of all the product except water vapor. Clear? So this is the difference between higher calorific value and lower calorific value. So I hope that you have understood it properly. So here we are stopping this. Thank you.